Hey everyone, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I'm currently on a no/low buy for my puzzles, and I'm trying to be really good. And so over the course of several months, I have been creating little tabs on my computer of puzzles that have caught my interest. So we are going over my wish list today. Now, I want to preface this and say some of these puzzles are stupid expensive, and my channel does have a budget for puzzles, so I may save it for a month or two to buy like one of these. But also it's kind of like, for me, my thought for this video is like, pretend you're like at the mall and you are looking inside a window, but you know it's out of your price range, but it's just fun to like peek, you know? So that's what we're doing. We're just like peeking at some puzzle brands that may be out of my price range, but maybe if there was a sale or I saved my money or some gift idea for somebody, I can just like have some puzzles in mind for those future events. So some of them I'm just like watching the price for, some I might be saving for, and some are just like maybe someday, maybe never type items. So I hope this all makes sense. I hope you just enjoy looking at the artwork and looking at new puzzle brands or smaller brands that you may have never heard of. I just am being very clear on the disclaimer of this video because I did one a while back and a lot of people were saying that the puzzles are the price range, and yeah, they are, because they are on my wish list. It's not things I'm instantly buying. They just are things that I'm dreaming about. So hope you don't mind this video. Hope you like it. And if you've done any of these brands, please let me know in the comments, or if there's one that you're really curious about, also leave those in the comments because I know then which to lean my budget towards or save up for or put on the priorities. So that's what we're doing here today. I'm going to open up my computer and I'm going to be looking down, but I'll put the screenshot of what the puzzle is up at the top so that way you guys can see what I'm looking at. And we're just going to get into this. Hope you have a beverage. It may be lengthy. I do have some coffee here, so this is a very casual, chill, shop with me type video, but we're just dreaming. It's just all dreams, and maybe someday they'll end up on my puzzle shelf. So let's just get into this. Using the glasses today, so if there is a glare, I apologize. Also, if the lights flicker, they've just been doing that today because it is pretty rainy outside, but it is what it is. And let's see, I have 6 different tabs open on my computer. This does not include wooden puzzles. That's like a whole other subcategory. So we are just talking cardboard today. But let's start off with Puzzle Warehouse. You guys know I'm an ambassador with them. And I do like to have a little wish list for like, maybe I'll make a video about it on sometime, or I feel like they often run out of puzzles and they're out of stock. So oftentimes I'll put them in my wish list for like, maybe if I had a gift card, which I do on occasion with them. So I feel like for me, this wish list is most likely the ones that I will end up purchasing just because I do work with them and they're a little bit easier to get my hands on. So first up, we have, clearly I want every single one of the new Circle of Colors line from Ravensburger. They all look beautiful. There is one I actually own that I got right here. I got it with a gift card, but it is Astrology. I did just purchase that one. What I like about the new Circle of Colors puzzles is that they have the dark background. So far, all of the Ravensburger Circle of Colors have been on a white background. And I feel like for this, it just makes the rainbow colors pop way more. And it just is more eye-catching. I love Dreams. I'm kind of kicking myself with this one because it was available for sale when I was at Nationals and I didn't get it at the time. And then I went back for it and it was already sold out. So that's one that is very top of my wish list. Once it comes back in stock, it is one that I'll probably buy with a gift card. And then there's Insects, which I don't really need, but I have it on my wish list in case it goes on sale. Like, I still really like to do it, but I don't really think I need the bugs, you know, but I do really enjoy the Dreams one. They also have a seashell one, which I'm like, also, if it was on sale, maybe, but I'm really happy that I got the Astrology one, and fingers crossed Dreams come into stock. Let's see, going further down, we already are seeing some new advent calendars for the year popping up in their feeds. So whenever you're on the Puzzle Warehouse page, if you go to the out of stock section in their new page, you can see some things that are like on their way. And so that's a way to get like a little hint of what's coming. And so I did that and I saw that there's 2 advent calendars. One is Harry Potter themed, one is Peanuts. I thought they were super cute. Of course, I love the Harry Potter ones. It's by Aquarius, but they kind of have the same vibe as like the Eurographics one that we had a while back. It looks like the pieces look nice. You know, it has like the little pull-out box and the image is inside. Like, I feel like this one is going to be really popular this year. They're $37.99. Part of me wants to see if I can reach out to them to maybe review them, but I love those both so much. The Peanuts one is going to be like so nostalgic because I've watched the Peanuts Christmas quite a bit, and I think they're just images from the cartoon. So I think that'll be super fun. And then we have several Magnolia puzzles. I have herbs and spices there, which it maybe isn't my favorite image, to be honest. I think I put it in there because I was just excited that they were carrying the brand. And I like the colors of this one. I do think it'll be fun. I think there's a little bit too much darkness around it. Like, there's really not much of a background, but I think it would be really pretty. And I think if you had like a big spot on your wall in your kitchen, it would be fun to frame. We don't have that type of space in our kitchen, but I just think it is a cool image. I will say that. It is a cool image. I just don't think it's like the one I would use my channel budget for. But we have House on the Tree, which I feel like I've done similar things from other brands. I just like the gradient background. It's just cute, you know? And then, of course, you know, I like this style here, the Rami puzzles. They're just so fun. This one is called Me and My Mom, and it is, of course, like a Wednesday Addams type image, and I love this one. Lots of black, so it would be a lot darker. And then we have that whole red curtain, but I feel like there's enough to work with. I do feel like the people, though, aren't as like forward as they normally are in those images. So I feel like this one would be fun to do, but I feel like it's been out of stock since they got it. So maybe someday I'll be able to get my hands on it. And then I have a few others I feel like that has just been on this wish list for a while. Let's see, what is this swirly one? It's called Rainbow Swirl by Colorcraft. I think I've done one of theirs before, maybe. It's 1,000 pieces. It looks super fun. It's just like a rainbow puzzle that's in like a swirl pattern. So I feel like it would be harder than you expect because there's like a shadow in there, which would make like additional line work and might be hard to decipher like which color is which, but I do think it would be very interesting. I haven't tried, I just don't remember this one. I don't remember this brand. So if you've done this brand, please let me know, because I feel like I may have done one in the past, but I honestly can't remember, but it is really stunning to look at, and I feel like it would photograph really well. So I can see why it's still on this wish list. Also, you're not gonna be surprised, we have this one here by Masterpieces. I love it. It's called Taking Flight. It's 300 pieces, so very doable, $12.99, so price point is right. I really like this image a lot. It's bright, it's colorful. It's, of course, hot air balloons. It kind of reminds me of when we lived in Temecula. We used to go to their balloon and wine festival every year, and it was so much fun because you'd sit there and you'd watch like all the balloons get filled up and everyone's drinking wine, and there's like a concert on the park. It was like such a vibe, and this is what it reminds me of. So I can see this one. Like if this one went on sale, I would pick it up. It's super cute, and I know I would really like it. And I actually have done several Masterpieces puzzles recently, and I'm really surprised with the quality. Like, they have a really good fit. Some are more ribbon cut and some are more crazy cuts, but I like them. So it is a brand, like, they are more traditional images, but I'm not mad about it. Like, I do like their stuff, and I feel like I need to explore more with that brand. And then finally, we've had this one on my wish list for a bit, pretty much since it launched. But this one is by Pomegranate. It's called Black Lion, Black Ribbon. And I just love the colors of this one. Also photographed really well. And I think it's just really fun. Love the colors. I've seen several other Instagrammers doing this one. It just looks like it would be a good time. So I feel like feature enough Pomegranate on my channel because they have some really amazing things. Quality's great. And this one is 1,000 pieces. So that is everything on my puzzle warehouse wish list. And I'm surprised it's not more, but I am pretty good about like weaning out things that I've like lost interest in or purchased. And again, it is a store that I work with, so sometimes I can request certain things, so I'll remove it from my wish list, that type of thing. So I do have a little cart going for Eeboo, and there are some really fun images there. I just love their artwork so much. They're bright, they're colorful, they're fun, they're vibrant, they're very easily photographable. I always have that in my mind because I do Instagram and I do photos for brands, so it's a great way for me to like experiment and play with photography and put content out there. But let's see what we have here. Some of these tabs I've had up for like month, so I honestly don't remember what I put in here, but we're just gonna first start off here. So we had the Alchemist line. Looks like I have 2 out of the 3 from this line from them, and they are just super fun. Like, they're just fun images. This one here, Alchemist cabinets, 1,000 pieces. And I love this one because it's kind of chaotic. Like, I know it'd be kind of chaotic puzzling, but there are some bigger elements, but it's also organized. Like, it's organized chaos because you have this shelf and you just have like all these little trinkets on it. So like, of course you have the orange kitty that looks like my Loki. Like, this one is super cute. You have the bird, you have the vase. So you have some larger elements that would at least be a few pieces, but then you have things that are just like a little frame of butterflies, a little cricket, a little hourglass, and you have like mushroom, like there's a mushroom shelf. Like, I love this image so much. The books are fun. You can definitely work with the line work, but I feel like for me, I'd work with the fun puzzle pieces because you can definitely tell where things are. And I've heard amazing things about this one. I've seen several others do this. I was also a favorite for a few of the ambassadors when I did the Puzzle Warehouse blog for last year. So it is one that I'm really interested in. From the same line, they have also Alchemist House or Home or something like that, which is always out of stock. I haven't been able to see this one, but this one here is called Alchemist Library. And I also like it because you actually see the shelving in the background. You have the kitty on the chair. Like, you can tell that they go together. I, of course, love that sunset window that's happening and like the moon and the stars. And again, it's just organized chaos. It would be really fun. There's some really great elements to work with. You have that lemon tree, you have the rug, you have the like, it's just super fun. I love this one. But let me see if they have the one from this line, because I forget what that one looks like, and I'm surprised it's not on my wish list. Mostly because this is my cart, is how I saved it. So if it's out of stock, I can't put it in my cart. Oh, there's 2 others. So there's Alchemist Kitchen and Alchemist's Home. So let's see. Oh yeah, Kitchen is sold out, which is cute. It's cute. I can see why it didn't end up on my wish list. It's a little bit on the too chaotic side. Like, yes, you have the wall where there's the shelves and the stove and the stuff, but then you also have like this whole giant like front end, which has the table with all the food. So it's a little bit too on the chaotic side. So I'm not surprised this one didn't end up in my wish list, but it is cute. I like the colors. And then the Alchemist Home, let's just take a peek at that one. I've heard amazing things about that one too. So let's see. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I think I might have to add it to my wish list just to be honest. So this one has like the vibes of where you can like see the inside of a building. And I love the coloring in the background with that sky, of course. And also you have like the different rooms. Oh, fun. So you can actually see different elements of the other puzzles in this puzzle, like the larger one. So you have the kitchen, but the kitchen's a little bit different, but I feel like it's like at a different angle. But the study or the library, you can see has similar vibes as the library that was the bigger puzzle. So that's actually kind of fun. I feel like this would be a really fun image. I love it a lot. So now let's move into what other ones do we have here. This one, I think I can remove from my wish list, to be honest. It's called Mushroom Rainbow, and I do like it, but I do wish there was more like rainbow aspect of it, because we have just a few little red ones. You have a couple orange, some yellow, some purple, and then the rest is kind of like tan and brown. So to be honest, this one's gonna leave my wish list, but it is cute, and I like a good mushroom puzzle. I don't know what it is about them. Maybe it's because I live in the Pacific Northwest. I don't know, but that one is gonna end up out of my wish list. And then we have one last one, which is another mushroom puzzle. So this one is mushrooms and butterflies. I've seen this one all over, and it photographs so well. Love the colors, and they're big, giant, oversized mushrooms. It's like you're looking up from like the forest floor. I love this so much. This one, yeah, I can see why I put it on my wish list. But let's move on to the next tab, which is, let's see, who's next? Buffalo Games. Okay, awesome. We have some nice affordable ones. And for me, I always make a Buffalo Games cart and just like leave it there because I know they're always going to go on sale, or I might find them on sale on like Amazon or something like that. So I just like keep a running tab of all the puzzles that have caught my eye. And recently they actually had a ton of new arrivals. So I remember a few weeks ago, I like went in and I was like, oh yes, yes, yes. But I don't quite remember what I put there. So let's just look at my cart and see what I was dreaming about. So okay, so already I'm looking at what I have here, and some I'm definitely not surprised about. Others, I was very ambitious, but I do know some of the puzzles that I have here, I put in like crazy high piece counts, but they're also available in smaller piece counts. So I think if I was actually purchasing them, I most likely would go with the smaller piece counts. But in this cart, I just have a lot of 2,000 piece puzzles, but we'll see. Let's see what we got here. So one that I've been seeing also all over socials is this one called the Floral States of America. It's fun, it's kind of summery, and I like those type of puzzles where it's like fun to look at the end. So you have the United States, and then it's just like the state's flower in their shape, which I think is super cute. We have, of course, Maine with their pine cone, which, you know, we tried. But then some of them are really fun. I just like, it's bright, it's colorful, it's very distinct patterns that you can find in places. And as long as you know your states and their flowers, like this would be a pretty easy puzzle to do. I'm not really very well versed in the states flowers, but I do think it's really fun. So this one, I like the colors a lot. I like the patterns. I feel like it would be really fun. Next up, we have one that's been, I feel like, on my wish list for a while. This one is called Life is Good, You're the Sunflower. It's 300 pieces, so very doable. It's on sale right now, which is tempting. But I just like the retro vibes. I like that it's kind of faded, kind of gives me like 60s, 70s vibes with the font and the coloring. I think it would be a really fun puzzle to do. So this one I would consider buying, especially if I saw it on sale, which it is right now. But I feel like for me, sale for Buffalo Games is like $6, not $9. Like if I can find it for $6, which sometimes you can, that's when I'm like usually biting the bullet and buying a Buffalo Games. Although I bought a couple recently, but I had gift cards, so I feel like that's different. Moving on, we have a few Amy Stewarts. I recently purchased with a gift card the Path of Totality, which is the Eclipse puzzle that she did recently, and I love it. I'm so excited to do it. So if you want a video on that one, let me know. But we have a couple Amy Stewarts here, which I'm laughing because you'll see one in just a second. So this one here is called the Grand Fiction Library. It's 2,000 pieces. I think it also comes in a smaller piece count. If it does, I'll put it on the screen of the other options that there are. But this one here, I love the style of image where it's like bookshelves, but the bookshelves are coming to life. And this one is really fun because you have very distinct color areas. So you have like the green and blue, and then the pink, and then like a little yellow section. So it is very clear of like where things are. I love the different like whimsiness, and it's fantasy and it's fun, and there's like so many different little scenes. I just think it's really cool to look at, and I feel like it'd be a really fun puzzle to do. It's a little bit on the chaotic side, but I think the colors would definitely help. So I don't know if I would actually get it in 2,000 piece, but it is a really cool image. And then this one is the one that made me laugh just a second ago because it's Merry Mushroom Village Picnic. Another Amy Stewart. This one I do think would be a little bit easier as a larger piece count because you have those big mushrooms and they're very distinct colors. Like you have the red one, you have the purple, we have the orange, we have that water section in the middle. So I do think there's large enough sections that it would be easier in a 2,000 piece, but I don't know if I'd have the time to do this many 2,000 piece puzzles, to be honest. But moving on to the next one, we have, I'm not surprised this is in here. So this is another 2,000 piece, but it is one I would consider getting in this piece count because this is Up, Up, and Away. So if you're new to my channel, this puzzle is one of my most redone puzzles, but in a 300 piece. So I kind of wish there was like a 1,000 piece option, and maybe there is, because I would love to do it in a larger piece count because I know I would love it. Like the sky in the background really helps because you have like the yellow and the blue and the pink. So the sky really helps. The balloons are just fun. They're very distinct. And then the bottom is not my favorite because it's like rocky and just like the bottom, you know, just the ground. But in general, I love this puzzle, so I would consider getting it in a full-size one. Moving on, we have just a couple more Buffalo Games, another Amy Stewart. So this one is called the Junk Journaler's Desk. It's 1,000 pieces, and it kind of gives me the vibe of the Laura Stewart's puzzles that I've done, where it's like the needlework station or the artist palette, but it doesn't have as much as that like rainbow aspect that those ones have, but I still think it's doable because you have very distinct areas in the image. So you have like the scissors, and then you have the journal, and then you have like a pile of stickers. A little bit too on the chaotic side, to be honest, but I do feel like it's like fun. Like it's fun chaos, which I think it would just be a good puzzle, you know? And then the final one that I have here, let's see. You're not surprised. It is another hot air balloon puzzle called Sailing on the Wind. It's part of their Vivid line, and it's just a bunch of hot air balloons, which is always fun. It's only 300 pieces, so I feel like it would take the place of Up, Up, and Away. Maybe. I don't know. It's a little bit more crazy because it's just like straight up balloons versus like the scene of Up, Up, and Away. But I do like the colors, and I feel like as a 300 piece, it'd be a really great evening in. So that is Buffalo Games, some really fun images, a lot of new things that have caught my eye. So maybe I'll make an order sometime if there's like a good sale, you know? Moving on, we have just a couple on Puzzledly, which I'm surprised it's not too many. But first up we have is this brand here, which has been catching my eye a lot, but they are expensive. They're $49 a piece for 1,000 piece. They are the same manufacturer as Art and Fable, but a different brand. So this is called Water and Wines, and their whole concept is to make like map style puzzles that are for like a different wine region. And it's a very cool like poster style puzzle. Like if I had a wine area in our house, like if we had our wine fridge down here and like we were doing like a little bar setup, it might be fun to have this style of puzzle on the wall. But the one that has caught my eye for me is called California Wine. And I think if I was to buy one of these puzzles, it would be very pricey in an investment. But since we lived in California for about 10 years in wine country, I think we would really enjoy just like looking at this puzzle at the end. Also, I think the coloring is fun. Like we have the ocean side, and then we have that pink and the yellow, and then we have like a little collage bit in the corner. So I do feel like it would be a really cool image to do, especially since we again lived in California. There's other ones that I'm interested in, but I feel like this is the type of brand like it would be like a one and done. Like I'd do it, I'd really enjoy it, and then I probably wouldn't do too many more, but who knows, maybe it's a great experience. And maybe if we were planning on going to another wine area, it might be a good like souvenir style puzzle. Moving on, we have this one, which is $25. It's a 1,000 piece from Emma Ball, which I think is the artist herself. And this one is interesting. I'm surprised it's in my wish list, to be honest. But it is a really fun, like Afghan, like a crocheted Afghan with like all these different flowers. It's kind of chaotic, but also, again, organized chaos because you have very distinct patterns. I like the coloring a lot. I feel like it's a very like, gives me like fall vibes. So this one, it's fun. I looked at a few other of hers and they're okay. They're not all of my favorite images, but I am very curious about this one. And then another one on the Puzzledly website is this one here, and it's Ordinary Habits, another very expensive brand. It's only 500 pieces and it's $42. It's called Summer Daydreamers. I've heard amazing things about this brand. So I'm very curious about trying them and seeing what they're about, if there's little things included. I really haven't researched them too much. I just always see them on my Instagram account. And so this image here, it just gives me like warm summer evening vibes. Like we had like the little sunset sky, they're near the water having a picnic. Like I love that style of image. I know I'd really enjoy the artwork. I'm just not sure how their quality is, and I just like, it's so expensive, you know? So moving on, let's see, we have Unified Pieces. They have a new collection, and right now you can pre-order them, and I feel like I'm constantly like rotating the ones of which ones I want because I love so many of their images. And I was able to try some when I was with him at Nationals. I was able to see Wheezy, but there's so many cute ones. What I am really excited about with them though is that they are starting to do 300 piece puzzles, which you guys know I love my 300 pieces. And this one looks so fun because it's like, it's not a gradient rainbow, but it's very distinct color blocking. And I think it'd be super fun. So it's color Lily, and it has like a very clear focal point, and then like yellow, and then like pink and green and blue and orange. Like I like how it goes out. The artwork looks super fun. I'm very curious to see how this one is, and again, 300 pieces is perfect for me on some days, so that one it's in my cart. I'm excited for that one. Also, we have this one, similar style where it's very distinct, like color blocking, a little bit more wild, and I like the shapes that aren't like square, rectangle, you know, they have like a little bit of a curve to them. But this one is called Bevel Emboss, and I love the colors of this one. I saw this one in person and it looks really fun. It's 500 pieces and I love the colors. I like that there's like the blue and the pink and the orange. I know this one would be a really cool image at the end. And then I really like Pretty Brown Eyes as well. It has such cool patterns and colors. We have like the little heart section and we have the stripes, and they're very clear areas, but they're like squiggly. And then of course you have the lady's face on top, which just like makes it really fun. There's a few others from their new line that I'm very tempted by, but I have a budget. So those are the three that are currently in my cart that I'm considering. I love their images. So this is a brand I'm considering getting more of. The ones that I have currently are ones that were gifted to me, but I would love to support them because they have some really cool things. So we have Blue Kazoo, which I do have one here. I got it when I was at Nationals. It's a 250 piece. Quality was phenomenal. And I really want to buy at least one more. Sometimes you can see them on sale, so I kind of have them in my cart for like maybe someday that will happen. But they are $32 a piece, and that's for a 1,000 piece puzzle. They are a very sustainable brand, and I haven't tried any of them of the full size. So I am very curious about them to see what they're all about, just because I do know sustainability wise they are pretty cool. But first up we have is Queensland. I do like the coloring, like it's the coloring that's getting me for this one. So I don't know if this would be like the one that I would purchase if I was to get one from them. There's so many images that I really enjoy, but it's the coloring. I just wish it was like the full image on the box when I was looking at it. I don't know. But next up we have this one. I think if I was to purchase one, it would be this one here, which is called Out West. It looks like it'd be a trickier image, but I do think it'd be very doable. I have like this wavy line work, and it's like a sunset, but you have like the lazy line work, which might help you, might not, because the line work is actually at a diagonal of the pieces. You can see some of the pieces up close, and it looks like it'd be pretty tricky, but it looks really cool. I wish it was at a 500 piece. Like they could go from 250 to 1,000. I wish they had a 500 piece puzzle, but I do like the image of that one a lot. And then the third one that I have here, I've had on my list for ages, and it's called I Heart Tetris. I really didn't grow up playing Tetris, but I do think this is a fun image. It's bright, it's colorful. I think the heart section would be easier because you have like the white border, and then you have like bigger chunks of color. And then the outside part would be pretty tricky, not gonna lie, but I feel like it'd photograph really well, and I'm just curious to see what they're all about. Like I feel like this would be a great brand to explore. And then finally, we have one last tab, and this is Rose Willie. They are a Canadian-based brand. I believe the prices that are on their page are Canadian dollars, so I think it's a little bit less for US, but they have some really cool brands that are more European brands, hard to get your hands on, and like a good variety. So I feel like this is a good place for me to look because I can try a bunch of different brands with one order. So it's kind of, I'm creating some ideas in my cart. Some of them, again, very expensive. And I'm not sure of the US prices, but I'll put the Canadian prices that are on the screen here because I'm not quite sure. But first up, we have a couple of Tanya Wicks puzzles, which you guys know I'm a huge fan of. They are expensive though, like normal price $42. I think normal price US is $38. So this one is $34.99 on sale. So it's just a little bit more tempting. But this one was from her latest collection that I really had my eye on. So it is called Avalon, and it's very like if you took cardstocks and like put them all together, or if you were like deciding on a quilt and you were like layering them on together. It's that type of vibe where it's like different patterns, and I just think it would be really fun to do. But I do think out of the two that I have in my cart or my wish list, I'd probably get this one instead, which is the Blue Jay. I just think the blue is a little bit more vibrant, easier to work with because you have like because you have like the checkers and the stripes in that like bird area with the flowers. I feel like it's a little bit easier to decipher which area is which. But I do think the coloring is super fun, and I've liked that puzzle brand a lot. I've done 3 from the brand. And they are a really great experience. So it's one, like if it was on sale like it is now, I'd consider it. But also I might just have it in my wish list for a while. And then we have this one. Oh yes. So this is a brand that also I'm very tempted to try. Y-A-Z-Z, I think you pronounce it Yaz. They have some really fun images. I haven't tried them. This one is 1,000 pieces for $27. So not like the craziest expensive one in this bunch. This one is called Geometric Pattern, which it's fun. I love styles like this where you have like very clear areas that you're working with. It's bright, it's colorful, there's line work. I like this image a lot. And then finally, the last one that we have here is called Colorful Forest, also by Yaz. And again, it just has like that fun, brightly colored, very clear picture. This one is 1,000 pieces. I love the coloring. I like the background a lot with like that nice gradient colors. I also love orange and blue together, and that's a lot in this puzzle. So I like this one. I like that the stuff has patterns to it, like all the animals have like a distinct pattern to it. All right, so that is everything that is currently on my wish list of the tabs that I at least have open. I'm sure at some point I'll probably open up a new page and notice that the things that already are on a wish list or on a cart somewhere, but I hope you enjoy just like browsing and dreaming a little bit of puzzles that I'm curious about, puzzles that I've seen on social media that I might be interested in the future. Also, again, I do have a budget for my channel, so I might use my budget sometime to buy one of these really expensive ones to see what the hype is about. Is it worth the money? So if anything in this video called out to you that you'd like to see more of, please let me know, because that again helps me decide where to place that budget. So I hope this was either helpful or just entertaining or fun just to like dream on some puzzles. I hope you all have a fantastic day. I hope your summer is right around the corner, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.